Hi, good evening everybody. In this video, the final standings of team hitting. Let's take a look at it coming up. All right, this is, I don't know, maybe the fourth time this year I've put up this video, and these are the final standings we're going to look at and see who did what and who finished where. The shout out goes to Ripsaw. He asked me if I could do a video on the hits, on the team hits this year. So this is it, Rip. I'm going to get this going, and I think we'll work our way from the top down, and we'll take it from there. Or maybe we'll work our way from the bottom up. What do you think, guys? All right, we're going to go, now we're going to go top down. Now we're going to go top down. Okay, so number one in the league finished with 2,470 hits. And that goes to Nashville. The Nashville Predators finished with the most hits in the league this year after other teams were in front of them most of the season. They kind of made a surge at the end of the year, and they're called Smashville for a reason. And there it is. So they finished the top of the league this year in hits. Number two, no surprise here, Ottawa come in at number two. The Sens for most of the year were number one. As you guys know in my other videos, most of the year they were number one. But they were overtaken by, 53 hits when it was all said and done. All right, number three. The beloved Boston Bruins, everybody. Calm down, calm down. This is just a video. So yeah, the Bruins were basically in the top three all year. They were there most of the year anyway. So the Bruins finished third with 2,205 hits. So they finished about 200 hits behind the Senators. So really these two were way in front of the pack, you know, when it was all said and done. All right, number four with 2,125 hits, the Stanley Cup champions. And they are the team that is showing everybody you got to play the whole game. So far, at least the last two playoffs, they play every side of the game, these guys. They play the physical and they play the transition. They play it all. So the champs come in at number four, 2,125. And at number five, 2,094, the upstart New York Rangers. With their young squad, I'm not surprised under Gallant that their hitting is like that. I knew it would be. That's why I wanted to get Gallant years ago, but hey, things happen for a reason. So right now, the Rangers are sitting at number five at season's end. And number six, with 2,068 hits this year, the Washington Capitals come in there. They don't tell this team they're too old. They could still play physical, but we'll see how it pans out. As we see right now, they're doing a real situation to Florida, as we know, in that playoff series. But coming in at number seven is Florida. So this is why when you see a hard-hitting series with these two guys right now, don't be surprised. They're top seven in the league, these two teams. So goes without saying. You know, you look and there's teams here that can all win the Stanley Cup, eh? No doubt about it. I mean, there's Boston, Tampa, the Rangers, Florida, Washington. You can even toss in there now. You really can. I don't think poor old Nashville's coming back. And rounding out the top eight, Chicago with 2,023 hits. So let's go from 9 to 16 now. Coming in at number 9. 2018 hits, and just fired their coach today, is the New York Islanders. I'm really surprised they fired Barry Trotz, guys. I really am. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't get along with Lamoriello. I can't understand what he's done to deserve getting fired. I know they missed the playoffs this year, but a lot of teams do that and bounce back the next year. I'm kind of surprised the Islanders fired him. That's not I don't think it's the best move for the Islanders. We'll see who they get. If they get somebody to replace him, I'm guessing it's going to be a guy like Tortorella. I'm just guessing. They want a different voice. They're going to have to get somebody with authority. You know, that's a strange situation. But I don't think Trotz will be out of work long. Coming in at number 10, the Pittsburgh Penguins with 2,010 hits. Yeah, see, it gets all bunched up here, the 2000s. Now, number 11 with 2,004 hits, who dropped 10 spots from last year. They were number 1 last year, the Montreal Canadiens. I found they changed their, let me just check this, guys. I want to make sure it's not too crooked. Yeah, that's good. I found the Habs under St. Louis just stopped hitting. Really. I guess it's his system, though, so every coach has a system. And Montreal, we'll see. I'm guessing they're going to hire another coach. I'm just guessing. All right, so number 12 with 1,980 hits are the San Jose Sharks. So they're doing okay in this department with their youngsters and things over there. I mean, it's not too bad. Number 13, 1,921 hits, who used to be higher, are the Winnipeg Jets, which, I don't know, that's a big, big team, a big physical team. And I found, honestly, they should have been top 6, Winnipeg, but they just didn't, I don't know, they just didn't pick up their game even down the stretch in other areas either. It was very bizarre what happened in Winnipeg. Number 14, at 1,901 hits, the Vancouver Canucks, who we know caught fire under Boudreau, and Boudreau does preach defense and hard hits. And if I'm right, the Canucks were over here before. If I'm right, I'd have to check my previous video. I don't remember for sure. But the Canucks make it to the nice side, which is the left side of the board. Coming in at number 15 with 1,853 hits, and kind of a surprise that they're on this side of the board, is the Edmonton Oilers. Not noted for a big hitting team, right? But they're in there. They're in there. So the Oilers are on the good side of the board and rounding out the top 16 with 1,850 hits, and are showing that they really deserve to be on the left side of the board with what they're doing in the playoffs physically, are the Dallas Stars. So that rounds out, guys, the top 16 this year in hitting. Let's get to the side that I don't want the Sabres to be on. I don't want them on this side of the board. I want them on this side next year. Okay, number 17 with 1,847 hits. The Arizona Coyotes come in, and they were actually at certain points down there. Then they moved up, and they finished. This team, for a team that was just, people said, tanking and trying to tank, they played hard. Gotta say, with what talent they had, they played hard. Now, next, one hit under them with 1,846 hits, the Minnesota Wild. And once Minnesota's throwing that body again, like they're capable of, I think they're going to take out St. Louis. If they don't, the Blues might just win that series. Number 19, with 1,839 hits, who used to be the king of hitting back in the 70s, the Philadelphia Flyers. They're sure not the Broad Street Bullies anymore. So the Flyers are 19th in the league in hitting this season. And number 20, 1,836 hits. And if you're wondering why they might be struggling this year, this is a big reason, in my opinion. The Calgary Flames. Calgary's got to take up their hitting game in this playoff, so they're going to be taken out by Dallas. They will lose that series. Number 21, 1,804 hits, are the Carolina Hurricanes, who are also on the verge of, I wouldn't say collapsing, but it's not a good thing that they let Boston back in that series. And next, number 22 with 1,771 hits, Seattle, which isn't bad. They finished in front of that many teams in hits this year. It's not bad for their first year as a squad. Not bad. And coming in just 7 hits behind Seattle with 1,764 hits is the surprise physical team of this playoff so far, the Colorado Avalanche. This is where Every year, I doubt Colorado come playoff time is what we're discussing right now. But right now, Colorado in this playoff are doing well. They're doing really good with the body. So we'll see how that pans out when it's all said and done. Yeah, Colorado, so far, so good with what they're doing. Again, you know, because people say, yeah, but it's only Nashville. Yeah, but it's the hardest hitting team in the league they're facing. When you're facing a team that you know is going to pummel you on the boards no matter what, you know, there's a slight intimidation factor no matter what. So Colorado come in at number 23 this year. They were dead last in the league last year. So an improvement for Colorado this year in that department. Number 24, a repeat offender being in this area. Again, with 1,746 hits, the Toronto Maple Leafs come in there. But Toronto was at one point down here. They moved up some slots to finish out the season at 24th in this department. I wouldn't say it's not bad because they should be hitting more. But so far in this playoffs, they also have been not too bad physically at all. So we'll see. We'll see if these teams keep it up. Because what I find, guys, in the playoffs, when these teams start to hit in the playoffs early, they don't carry it through all the way. These teams do. Teams like Boston will hit the whole playoffs. You know, so will Tampa. Those teams will not stop hitting. These teams will. They'll look good for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden they're invisible physically. It's weird. Okay, number 25 with 1,697 hits this season is the Anaheim Ducks. So we're starting right now with Anaheim, the bottom 8. That rounded out the top, the third 8. Ended with Toronto. Now we're in the bottom 8. Where are the Sabres going to be, guys? Where are they going to be? Number 26, 1,680 hits. And I said it would cost them this year, and it did. The Vegas Golden Knights. Not much to say there, really. A lot of disappointment in Vegas this year. All right, number 27, 1,667 hits. And I might add, with young guys, is kind of normal in the beginning. The Los Angeles Kings. You got to remember, when the Kings are winning their cups, they were up here. So we'll see what happens with this squad. But they also had Sutter as their coach. So who knows, you know? It depends on the coach, too, why some teams are down here. So they come in at 27th with 1,667. Number 28 with 1,656 hits. And the cellar dwellers are coming in now. St. Louis Blues come in at number 28 in this department. And they are the least hitting team in the playoffs this year. So we'll see how that pans out in their series. Yeah, because, you know, they're facing an opponent that really is on the same board, on the same side of this board with them. So, okay, number 29 with 1,638 hits. The Columbus Blue Jackets come in there. And now we're down to the final 3. Number 30 with 1,599 hits. The very young Detroit Red Wings come in. And coming in at number 31 with 1,500. Did I say the Red Wings 1,599 hits? I might have not. Sorry about that. So 1,638 for Columbus, 1,599 for Detroit. Coming in at number 31 with 1,561 hits is the youngest team in the league, the New Jersey Devils. Now, I guess you figured out who I got here. Coming in at 32, 215 hits out of 31st even in hitting, guys. With their 1,561, and our boys come in dead last, where they've been all year, at 1,246 hits. And of course, the main reason I started this video early on in the season was to expose this, you know, because we live in the era now where everybody thinks it's all about the transition game and that hitting doesn't matter, you know. Tell that to this team that has the last 2 Stanley Cups, that's in top 4 in the league. Tell that to the Boston Bruins in a best-of-7 series, you know. There's a lot of good teams here that we can look at that can win the Stanley Cup, on this side. Edmonton included, I would put. Even the way Dallas played last game, they were punishing Calgary, punishing them. So Calgary's going to have to wake up physically if they're going to get back in this series. If they try just to skate only, forget it. Forget it. Dallas will take them out in 6 games. Gone. So, okay, that's it, guys. This is long enough. All right, so Rip, I hope that's good. There it is. I didn't do the game, the hits per average of the game. It would have took way too long to put this together. Maybe we'll do that in another video eventually. All right, guys, see you in the next one.